Okay, so here we are talking about human factor psychology. Just a quick introduction. And what we're talking about here is the intersection between humans and technology. Okay, so lots of ways to look at that, and we'll just give an example of Homer Simpson here, who is a control room operator at a chemical plant, and he's got all these buttons and all sorts of things that he needs to figure out how to do whenever there's a problem. So his main task is to monitor the plant conditions and make adjustments from the control room to ensure the plant the plant runs smoothly and safely, and to communicate with the operators who work outside on the chemical plant, right? So let's imagine there's a serious problem on the site. So how does he respond? Maybe there's alarms going off, calls, and he hasn't seen this before. His supervisor's away. Emergency response procedures aren't clear. All the buttons start to look the same, right? He's been working overtime. He's worried about his family, and Bart's in trouble at school again, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe he hasn't had a donut in a while. So all of these things influence how Homer responds to the process upset that they're having at the plant. So it might even be more likely that he unintentionally will do the wrong thing. So this is something that human factor psychologists will study. They, performance influencing factors. So what are the things that influence performance at work and when you are interacting with technology? So why do people behave like they do? And why do smart people sometimes do dumb things in relationship to interacting with technology and in work settings and et cetera? So you want to think about context and setting people up to fail or succeed, and all the different factors that influence human performance. So if you think about people factors, you may think about things like their worries and their sleep level, and their tolerance for working under pressure. In the work environment, you want to think about clarity of instructions and the layout of the buttons that you need to press. And when you think about organizational factors, you can think about what kind of management, what kind of leadership that you have going on, and whether that is supporting or harming worker performance, right? So, in Homer's case, you could provide training on emergencies and simulate different scenarios. You could make sure the buttons are laid out and marked properly and practice using all of them. You could improve, emergency procedures and communications. And you can identify all of these factors, giving him giving workers breaks so that they are not tired and overwhelmed when there is an emergency. So, it's important to note that a lot of these factors are not about Homer, right? They're about his environment and about the management. So, some things are about the individual, but when somebody is not being productive or not performing well, you have to remember that there's a whole system around them that is impacting that. So, you can't change the human condition, but you can change the conditions in which humans work. And human factor psychologists will make it easier for Homer to do the right thing. You can find out more on the Human Factors 101 website, which I'm putting a few things from there into your Blackboard for you.